Here are Dave Cedar and Lou Yoder.
Well, we were told to read slowly tonight, so if we're going too slow, throw your cat at the TV and we'll speed up a little bit. This is called Chemical Warfare. Has a couple of parts. Dave's going to help me read the second part I have here. Napalm, burning jelly, burning rice, burning fields. When will we ever know the truth? Agent Orange, killing dust, killing greens, killing us. Are we being deceived again? What are we eating today off the newspaper spoon? Do you feel odd paying for bottled water? When will you pay for bottled silence? Who can afford bottled peace of mind? And is that spring pure? Is this water organic? Can I get it ready in the microwave? Do you have a water in my price range? And what about air? Well, my GI benefits are only $418 this month, so I guess I'm going to be breathing a lot less than I used to. What's really new, but what's not there anymore? That's what we think we once had. They are immune, but we have not uttered consent. I refuse, I cry, but the treatment of blue dust continues. The grocer knows, reading the crate, citrusine, orthophenophenol, Temic, contact killer, diaminazide, ethyl dibromide, pyrethium. Do not reuse this container. Rain washes them into the soil. Water washes them down the sink. We're washing them to our children, and we plead, I love you. Here's death waiting in an aquifer, and here's a happy tangerine for me. Brown yellow mist.
Where are the birds?
In the summer haze at dusk.
Where are the birds?
Campesinos clutch their children.
Where are the birds?
Cover their eyes with cloth.
Where are the birds?
And in a downwind playground,
Where are the birds?
a little girl's throat stings.
Where are the birds?
She runs inside to mommy.
Where are the birds?
The small animals are affected worst. Cocaine keeps more people alive than it kills. Heroin, the nematicide, kills the worms of dissidence that eat away at the lies, the roots of this. Gasoline pills, sterile credit distribution keeps them hooked. Smoked windshields obscure the howling land. And the gentle television hand, this is it, folks, guides gasoline sensations into euphoria. Junkies in car prisons, terrified of those persons, paranoid of white poisons leaching into suburbia. In the grips of a strangling, glazed-eyed Sunday in 1975, they'd write their congressman for a fix. Yes, they'd do anything for a fix. They'd kill Gaddafi's daughter, rape the Antarctic to Alaska. Methadone programs, tested and resisted, while the corn surplus grows again and again. Thanks, Lua. This next poem is a poem from a group of poems called Pottery, Poems, and Politics. It's called They Built. They built buildings so tall, the hot water was cold when it reached the top floor. Roads so long, no one ever got where they were going. Mines so deep that the oil never reached the ground. Computers so fast, no one ever finished typing. Fences so high that coyotes died. They built bombs so big. Oh. This next poem I'm going to read is a song that was written for everyone who lives in between Rocky Flats, 9 miles from Boulder, Colorado, and Carlsbad down here in New Mexico. Rockwell International, we have a bone to pick. You amass your profits, making all the people sick. Radioactive waste coming out of the stack. Barrels full of junk piling up in the back. And all to make handles for the nuclear axes, paid in full by the poor people's taxes. Spitting poison and death out of every gate. People, close Rocky Flats before it's too late. Now, in 1969, a Pluto's fire burned, and 9 years later, the public learned that pounds of plutonium went up in the air, and for 7 days after, the stack monitors were unaware as they burned trash in the fire's wake, and downtown Denverites ate plutonium on their steak. Now, what's the nuclear trap? Oh, I'll give you the answer. It's no national health care and plutonium-induced cancer. No national health care and plutonium-induced cancer. And it's a trap set up by the nuclear government, catering to the profit greed of the nuclear 2%. Now, New Mexico, you may think this is funny, but it's only history. And what's it really got to do with you and me? But look closely at my verses, and friends, you will see that every side I've mentioned of catastrophe was deemed happy, safe, and harmless by the DOE. Now, Department of Energy is a funny name, since building nuclear weapons is mainly its game. But deception from above is really nothing new to a public well acquainted with the Reagan crew. The DOE is worried about paying the prices for a weapons waste disposal national crisis. So to Washington, wide-eyed, they said, where shall it go? And Congress said, send it to New Mexico.
No.
And Congress thought California is farther away, but those wealthy Californians have political sway. So send it where the poor can never be heard. And if they shout at us in Spanish, we won't understand a word. Yes, the scientists say that's the safest place. So send New Mexico all of our waste. Oh yes, here in New Mexico the roads need reparation, and drunk driving is seen as public recreation. 4 truckloads a day will be coming through. There'll be plenty of plutonium for me and you. So when the roaches all get bigger and the birds all leave, the government will tell you it's okay not to breathe. There's been an accident and the policy's the same. Raise the price of gas and find someone to blame. Now, what's the nuclear trap? Oh, I'll give you the answer. It's no national health care and plutonium-induced cancer. What's the nuclear trap? Oh, I'll give you the answer. It's no national health care, plutonium-induced cancer. Now, we better mellow out on this political stuff, man. The CIA will be here any minute. Arms race. Start to finish. It was a photo finish, but we won. Peacekeeper, little boy, Minuteman, fire and forget, fire and forget. Peace shield, umbrella, umbrella, making the world safe for democracy. Terrorists, bad bomb, kills innocent people, threatens democracy. Mutual assured destruction, good bomb. Deterrent, kills everything. But never used, nope, never used, nope. Hostages, human rights violations. Terrorists deprive them of food. Out on the street, wandering in the middle of this city, hostages. This poem was actually written in Boston, living alone in a little cave, and reading stuff by Cesar Chavez. It's called It's Really Not That Bad. It's really not that bad when no cash is handy for a run to the drugstore. It's really not that bad foraging around for what's available. Paper bags, wrapping paper, newspapers. I get political satisfaction wiping my ass with the New York Times, finding out most newspapers are all the same when it comes down to what matters. I think about the woman and the law in California which requires toilets in the fields so the campesinos won't piss on the rich folks' lettuce. But the foreman is too cheap for toilet paper, so that woman used the paper for wrapping grapes. She poisoned her fetus and miscarried. Anyway, I didn't read that in any newspaper. And I have this hot shower still if I feel dirty, and it's really not that bad for me. This last song, that was a true story, incidentally. This last song is it's another kind of a rap song, written for my friends in Nashua, little kids, 16-year-olds who can't read or write. It's called the Nashua Ghetto Rap. TJ Nashua, hanging out in the street. They don't worry about him, 'cause he's got enough to eat. To the corner store, and like a nutrition champ, he buys Orange Crush with his mama's food stamps. And where's his mama? That question ain't fair. The kids are alone, so let's take it from there. Back to our house, and we gathered up the books. There was Thoreau, De Prima, and even bell hooks. Loaded them up, and when we had enough of them, turned on the gas and closed the oven door on them. Now boiled, baked, broiled books don't taste so good, but last semester's reading fed the whole damn neighborhood. Now boiled, baked, and broiled books don't taste so good, but last semester's reading fed the whole neighborhood. Now let me tell you about this library of mine. I don't have any more books, but I read all the time. The welfare mothers, as they pass me by, I read their strung-out faces, their sunken eyes. The junkies on the corner or in the bars, I read their glazed looks and their swollen arms. Now you might think I'm raging, but I'm not done yet. I also read my melon sprouts in every day's sunset. Now this street's dreams of gardens might come to some fruition if we buy some soil with next season's tuition. So until you people realize to grow food first and then grow wise, there's going to be a lot of kids with funny looks eating last semester's textbooks. Thank you very much.